It has been quite a week in my garden this week. I have waged a bit of a war on the slugs this week, or I should say they've waged a war on me, and I'm just trying to defend my land. But we've also harvested some quite exciting things, so I've got a video for you which is, fair warning, it's all a bit of a mishmash. I've been filming bits and bobs as I go, so altogether it's just some highlights of the week. So here's a peek at my gardening exploits from the week. I hope you enjoy. Right, I've come for a last minute before bed. It looks light, but it's not that light, I swear. It's only about 9 o'clock, but don't judge me. I've come out to the tunnel because every morning I'm coming out here. In the daytimes I don't see any pests, and then in the mornings I come out here and there's something that's obviously been eating my peppers and my basil. So I thought I would just pop down here as last thing in the day and have a little look. And well, culprit. You're going for a ride, my friend. And this is why Mr. Dowding says to keep your garden tidy. So that we don't give space for these little buggers to hide. Yep, more. Alright, I'm on a hunt now. I am ridding this tunnel of its slugs, and I'm going to get rid of all these trays and stuff that are just loose because it's just hiding space. One quick second. I haven't showed you this yet, I don't think. But look. Yeah, that's turning red. It's turning red. Right, okay, I'm going to collect up all of these slugs and they will no longer be here when you return. Okay, we are now a number of slugs fewer in this tunnel. Oh, there's another one. I've found another. The reason that I've even got like the trays and the cell trays on the floor is that I use the irrigation to water them. So I put them on the floor in those shallow trays. The tray can just fill up with water and then that's about right. So it's really just me being lazy and not hand watering my trays. Well, it's not worth it now. I think that's the end of that, and I need to, just be hand watering the trays, keeping them off the floor. I've got the wire unit back there. I just need to use that. Keep everything off the floor. It doesn't need to be there. No trays, no pots. They're even hiding under the actual irrigation tube. Oh. Scumbags. Who needs beer traps when you can literally just put a piece of plastic on the ground, apparently. I'm scared to lift anything else up now. So the trays that I keep off of the floor seem to do okay. I just need to keep them on this unit. Oh, it's not impenetrable, They could still get up here, but it's way less likely than if I leave it down here on the floor. There's some things they don't care about and some things they do. And my brassicas are something they really do care about. So these are staying up here on the highest shelf I've got. Alright, well, we're a few slugs down today at least, so well, I'm sure I haven't got them all, and more could come in here. At least there's got to be less than there were before I came in. Thankfully, I have some birds who are rather partial to a sluggy snack, so bloody Christmas for them. Lucky burbs. Oh, I'm always surprised now when I lift something up and there's not a slug under it. How wonderful. But you can see here, look, I'm munching my peppers to the point where it's a problem, The basil has taken a huge hit. They've basically just given up with life. They've been so viciously chomped. Oh, you little git. Where did you come from? Right, you're going in the pot. I remember doing this in my old garden in the city all the time because it was just like patio and walled gardens along a whole big terrace in the middle of the city, so there were slugs everywhere, because everywhere's a slug habitat, but there were no predators, so it was a daily thing going out and picking them off of my seedlings. Since I moved here and I'm mostly out in the garden, I don't really do it. It's not like I don't get slugs, it's just that, you know, it's all one big open field, there's all sorts living out there, there's a bit of an ecosystem, so I kind of just let it be. But now that I've got the tunnel, obviously I've introduced the artificialness of not allowing the predators in at the same time that the slugs are out, so there's no balance to be had and they're just going to town. So now I'm back in the world of evening slug picking rituals. Hey, it's not so bad, is it? My dahlia, it's one of my few surviving dahlias from over this winter. He's in this pot with these petunias and he's just thinking about flowering. Look at him. It's going to be fabulous. Alright, that'll be it for this evening. Maybe tomorrow I'll show you some gardening that isn't just picking slugs. Who knows? See you then. Hey. It's finally time. Yeah. Alright, so it's absolutely miserable today. We are having a bit of a write-off day. So work on the goose run has ceased for now, but before I go in, the time has finally come to pick my first tomato. It is still June and I have a ripe tomato in North Wales. I'm pretty shocked. I hope it's nice. Let's pick it. Alright, so he's a bit of a funny looking cat-faced fella, but he's coming inside with me. I'm going to pick some cucumbers as well, and some salad greens, and this baby's going to be eaten today. Oh yes. Oh yeah. We're eating so many cucumbers at the moment. It is a dream come true. It's enough, I think, for me to call it a homegrown salad once I get the leaves. I mean, hopefully some peppers, some bell peppers at some point this year. But I don't want to get greedy because I'm pretty chuffed. These crystal lemon cucumbers, by the way, delicious. Absolutely love them. I'm interested to see the other varieties as they come up, and see how they compare, but I am super enjoying having these. You look a bit soggy, mate. So I left Nigel alone for a couple of hours, and this is how the goose run looks now. It partially exists. I don't think it's got a wall on this side. Okay, so we've still got this wall to go up, and then obviously this back wall here, we're going to kind of use this fencing to build it onto the fence line basically, and then this will be where they live. And the way they set it up here, so the door, where's my finger? This gap here is where the door out from their run is going to be, and then in their coop here, without actually going into the run, we will be able to slide it open, and that'll be where they live, and then at the end of the day come in and slide it closed. So where the wall is going to be built up here, it's this will still be able to be done from outside of this fence that's going to go in the panel that will go here. So we'll be able to let them in and out without actually going all the way into the run, which isn't necessarily a problem for us, but you know, when we have people looking after the geese on our behalf, that means the geese don't actually have to come out. People don't have to physically handle them if they don't want to, and they'll be able to let them in and out without literally being in the run with them. So we've got loads of spinach for our salads, which is awesome, and my lettuces are starting to head up, which is really nice. I don't mind a cut and come again lettuce, but Nigel really does like a proper crisp head, so we should hopefully have some of those soon. Okay, it's later in the week. I can report that that tomato was delicious. We've got a couple more blushing now, so hopefully we'll start to get a steadier stream of tomatoes coming in. So I have been making a habit of coming out here on an evening. It's about these little guys. There's grasshoppers everywhere. I don't know if there's a problem. Might they be the pest that's eating stuff? I don't know, I've never really heard about grasshoppers being a pest. But yeah, I've been coming out here on the evenings and picking everything up off the floor and removing any slugs I can see. They're always on my peppers, so I think that's pretty slam dunk as to who's been eating my peppers. One of these has been, looks like he's been so chewed through on the base here that it's not going to make it. But I've been coming out every day relocating the slugs. There are definitely fewer now, but there's still obviously some in here. But today I am armed with my next ploy for slug management, and that is a tub full of crushed up eggshells. So I have been collecting up my eggshells. So normally we feed these back to the chickens, and usually it's just like by the day by day. I just take them down there and mix them in with their feed or scatter them on the run or something. But I've been collecting them up. The chickens have had plain old commercial grit, and I've been collecting these up because something is after my beans out here and it's driving me insane. I've planted 3 rounds of beans now. The first round just disappeared. There's like 1 left out of it, I think. The second round, well, it's looking like this. So all of these went in at the same time along this row. That's peas down there. But all of these have gone in, and as you can see, this one, he's climbing, he's trying to live, so that's good. But the rest of them, I mean, look at this. Look at that poor little what's it. So I'm going to go ahead and surround these with these eggshells, and hopefully that will keep the slugs off. And if not, I'm going to end up trying another ploy, maybe beer traps or what's next. I don't have any beer, or not any that I'm willing to give to the slugs. So maybe next time I'm at the shop, I'll get some cheap beer. But for today, we're going to try the eggshell trick and see if that can at least give these beans just enough of a break from the slugs that they might actually be able to start growing up here. It's just every new leaf they put out is getting munched, which is a pain in the arse. Side note, look at the zinnia in this bed. It's really cute. They've struggled a bit down here, as you can see. The slugs like them too. But he has managed to put out a flower. I mean, this one has as well, but I'm not sure this is what it's supposed to look like. This is a slightly funny looking flower. But hey ho, they're getting there. Let's see you get over that, slugs. I'm sure they will, but it's a good effort. And my third round of beans have been put in. Now, where I left this tray on the floor, you can see these ones came up and got immediately eaten. They were dwarf beans. But since then, I've resown these. I've put in some Coco Blanco climbing beans down there, which are drying beans for storage. And then in here, I've got some runner beans and some Cobra climbing beans, which is the same as what's already out there that we just did. And I've got them up on this tray, on this shelving unit. So I'm hopeful that anything that comes up from here on out might just have a chance. And the runner beans are coming up already. So I didn't plan on doing runner beans this year because they're not my favourite. I do prefer a French bean. I don't know, I thought maybe the runners would be slightly more tolerant to the pests. It's worth just trying variety at this point, isn't it, if you're losing things to pests. So we'll give that a go and see how they cope outside once they get transplanted. Give you a quick peek at my ripening tomatoes. They are coming along. We've got these bloody butchers are coming. Everything else is further behind. The bloody butchers are definitely ahead of everything else, but you know, they are starting to set fruits now, so pretty excited about it. It's going to be good. So we've been getting loads of peas, which is awesome. I'm really enjoying it. I feel like I've been coming out here every other day and harvesting enough for a meal off of this teepee. Which has been lovely. You know, I am just trying to keep them picked so that they keep on producing for me. And we have been keeping up quite well. I've not put any up yet because I put loads up last year and I didn't love them out of the freezer. I definitely did not like them out of the canner. So give those an extra day, but these ones I'll take. Yeah, so I do, this is just one of those things, I think peas are just one of those things that I just like fresh, and I'm just going to eat them while I've got them, and then when the season for peas is gone, then the season for peas is gone and I can look forward to them again. So we'll just eat them fresh until we can't stand the sight of them anymore. and then we won't be so sad when the season is over. Oops. One-handed picking needs improvement. And now these ones have started to produce as well, which is fab. If I can scooch in here between my spinach. There we go. I'm hoping these grow up this trellis now that it's all up here and tied on properly. They can have some actual support and get nice and tall up here. Just encouraging them back up onto this trellis anywhere where they've fallen down a little bit. It's a good meal. Now I'm really enjoying having the sugar snap peas rather than having shelling peas. I love shelling peas, I just don't really sit down and shell them. And while this looks like a good amount for a meal, if you're not eating the pod and you're only eating the peas, that really is just one little side for two people, whereas, you know, there's quite a substantial amount of food if you're eating the pods as well. But that being said, if you do let them go even slightly over, they are a bit stringy, which is not a huge deal. You just de-string them before you eat them. But realistically, we're getting this amount of peas every couple of days, so anytime there's any that look like they've gone a little bit over and a little bit stringy, they go to the geese because they quite like bobbing for them. Discovered today that my geese love beans, because I was trying to sow some beans that I'd soaked, so they were a little bit soft. I got mobbed by geese for my bean seeds, so there's a few less planted than I had originally intended. Getting here amongst the onions. Oh, I pulled one of these today and it was humongous. I'll put a picture in here. These onions have been a good find. This variety will definitely grow more. But yeah, look at the cosmos. Isn't it gorgeous? I don't know if the colour shows up well for you, but it's like a dusky pink. It's really nice. I'm gonna pull these dead ones. Yeah, they're just doing so well. And this is a big honeyboat squash that's growing behind it, which looks like it's happy to take over now, so that's grand. Hopefully that's going to come all the way down here. We'll see where it wants to go. I always have all these intentions of training my squash to go the certain way I want, so that they, you know, living mulch and area around other things. They do what they want. They go wherever they want. Just I'm out here picking things. I might grab some spinach again. I'm grabbing it every couple of days. A couple of these have gone to seed, but they are perpetual spinach, so they don't go quite as bitter as the normal spinach does once it's gone to seed. But before I pick it, I'll try a bit. Yeah, see, that's not bitter at all, even though this is starting to go. But while we're here, have a look at these beetroot. They're getting to be a pretty good size. I've never pickled beetroot before, but I think I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it this year because it's my most successful beetroots to date. So, oh, that's a nice stick. Gives a bit. Oh, quickly before I do, take a peek. So I've got this plastic down to hopefully kill off what's under there so I can expand my corn bed next year. I intended to do that for this year, but somehow that didn't happen. But take a peek at my corn. Oh, they're looking good. They're probably, I don't know, 1.5 foot tall now. The biggest ones. And then I've succession sowed. All right, thank you. So we've got some smaller ones this side, but they're coming along really, really well. I'm pretty happy, considering like how wet it's been and things. We're doing okay. Doing okay. So interestingly, we do have a bit of black fly on these. I assume that's what, yeah, on these perpetual spinach plants, which I've not had before. I've not had any black fly outside. I've seen a couple in the tunnel on a couple of the peppers, but I just brushed those off. They were being farmed by the ants. This is the first time I've seen a proper amount of them actually hanging out on my plant. So, noted. Okay, got a little supply of spinach, and now I think I might do is take a little bit of this kale for the first time. He's holding up pretty well. I did read somewhere that they don't succumb quite as badly to the Cambridge white butterflies. So, yeah, I mean, he's fed a lot better than any of the other brassicas in this bed. So you know what, I might grab a couple of these, a couple of leaves, and we will try them. Probably tomorrow. It's a good looking leaf. There we go, I'll take those in and see how they taste.